number 10, Amanda Lepore. I love unapologetic people. I find it so refreshing when people are truly themselves and aren't afraid to hide anything, and I think that's what I like the most about Amanda Lepore. Amanda Lepore is a transgender model, performer, and now author who made a name for herself in Hollywood just by being herself. She's known for having a very signature look, and she's basically become a living Barbie doll. Much of Amanda's body has been altered over the years, as she claims to have the most expensive body on the planet due to all of her surgeries. It's not clear how much she spent exactly, but judging by how she looks and the fact that she's been calling her body the most expensive on earth, I think it's safe to say that she's invested a lot of money into herself. She's written and talked about all the procedures that she's had done, and it's quite a long list. She's had a nose job, her hairline lowered, her eyebrows lifted, double eyelid surgery, cheekbone, lip and breast augmentation, gender confirmation surgery, hormones, and she even had her ribs broken and reshaped to alter the size of her waist. Amanda prides herself on being a living Barbie doll and really doesn't regret any of her procedures, even though they were all very expensive. At number 9, Caitlyn Jenner. Caitlyn Jenner has gone through many transformations in her life. As you all probably know, Caitlyn is transgender, and her transition most likely set her back a pretty hefty amount. While we don't know the exact amount that she spent on her transition, I think it's safe to say that no amount of money even compares to the feeling of having your outside appearance match who you are on the inside. There have been some people out there who have really been curious to see exactly how much Caitlyn has spent on her plastic surgeries over the years, including her confirmation surgeries. It is estimated that Caitlyn has spent approximately $76,000 on her cosmetic surgeries. Between fillers, facelifts, and a handful of other procedures, a lot of money has been invested into Caitlyn's appearance, and the fact that she's dished out $76,000 on these kinds of things shows that she will go to great lengths to make herself look as perfect as she pleases. Again, it is a lot of money, but I can imagine for Caitlyn it's worth every penny. At number 8, Justin Jedlicka. Imagine spending over $1 million on yourself, and I don't mean shelling out $1 million on clothes, shoes, and a nice car. Justin Jedlicka, known as the real-life Ken doll, got famous because he received so many plastic surgeries and has spent so much money achieving his goal of becoming a real-life Ken doll. For him, the more plastic he looks, the better, and really that is the exact goal. Justin was on the show Botched very early on in the show's first season, making his debut in the series' first episode. He said that he's received over 1,000 surgeries to achieve the look that he has now, and there's no sign of him stopping his transformation anytime soon. As for how much he spent, well, there's no exact number since his procedures are always happening, but Justin has said that he's invested over $1 million into his looks. Could you imagine spending all that money on plastic surgery? And would you guys ever do something like this? Let me know down in the comments. At number 7, Jocelyn Wildenstein. Imagine spending millions of dollars to look like a cat. Just sit with that one for a second and let that process. Yes, one of the most dramatic celebrity appearances, which comes from socialite Jocelyn Wildenstein, was modeled after a cat and cost over $4 million. Jocelyn started her plastic surgery journey when she decided to get work done to look like a cat because her late husband was a big cat lover. She reportedly kept a lynx as a pet and recalled that the big cat's eyes were just so perfect, and so she wanted to look just like it. Unfortunately, she went a little too far with her look and she's been left looking pretty botched, which is unfortunate seeing how she invested so much money into her looks. What makes this even crazier though is the fact that she claims that she's not done getting plastic surgery, so she's willing to spend even more money on her appearance. At number 6, Donatella Versace. I've talked about Donatella Versace and her plastic surgery a fair bit on this channel. We know how she looks following getting plastic surgery, we know what procedures she's had done, and we know that the results haven't been the greatest. Sometimes going plastic just makes things worse rather than better. But one more question regarding her plastic surgery remains, and that is, how much did it all cost? Well, though there's no exact amount, it is believed that Donatella has spent over $25,000 on trying to improve and maintain her appearance. That is a lot of money, but when you think about the results that she's been left with, it makes that high cost so much worse. She's mostly received facelifts over the years, so to think that she's dropped so much money to only go back and get more work done because the effects didn't last is actually kind of sad. At number 5, Kylie Jenner. Kylie Jenner is one of those celebrities who's considered a trendsetter. Whenever she steps out with a new piece of clothing or a new hairstyle, people just want to be like her and copy her. Because she's a trendsetter, there's pressure to look perfect all the time, and this is where cosmetic surgery came to play in her life. The one procedure that she's known for having is lip fillers. She became the it girl when it came to the big lip trend, and it even got so intense that people were trying to imitate her large lips by creating the dangerous Kylie Jenner lip challenge. On top of her lip filler, there has been speculation and theories thrown around about what other procedures she's had done. Though she's only admitted to getting fillers, it is also believed that she's gotten work done to her body to achieve the curves that she has, like her Kardashian sisters. Now, because she's never admitted to getting anything done other than her lips, it's hard to say for sure exactly how much her appearance costs, but some people out there have crunched the numbers and estimate that Kylie has spent over $2 million on her plastic surgery transformations. Now that is a lot of lip kits. At number 4, Cher. Cher is really out here like she's never heard of the concept of time. This woman does not age at all, and it's honestly a little scary. Okay, I'm getting a little carried away, but you have to admit, she looks immaculate for a woman in her mid-70s, right? Well, other than her being the queen of everything, she's also invested a lot of money into herself and her looks in order to look as great as she does. Over the years, Cher has received a neck lift, multiple facelifts, cheek implants, breast augmentation, liposuction, Botox, other injectables, and lasers, but even after all of that, people still can't get over how good she looks. She's been able to get all of this work done to look younger, and yet she still doesn't look too plasticky. Well, I would expect nothing but perfection if I was Cher and spent over $1 million on plastic surgery. Yeah, it is a lot of money, but clearly it was money well spent. At number 3, Michael Jackson. The late Michael Jackson lived a hugely successful life, and he was known for a lot, from his music to his stage presence to his looks. Over the course of his career, Michael's appearance changed drastically when he got into plastic surgery. After going under the knife a few times, he was left looking nothing like his past self, and this took a lot of money to achieve. So much so that he ended up in debt because of it. It has been reported that Michael has spent over $1.5 million on plastic surgery. Some of the procedures Michael was known to have received include a nose job, skin lightening to match his vitiligo, as well as reshaping his jaw and altering his lips and eyes. In the end, his physical appearance changed drastically, but his talent remained the same, which is really the important thing here. At number 2, Heidi Montag. Heidi Montag became a star when she was cast on the MTV show The Hills, and since she became a public figure, there was soon a lot of pressure to look a certain way in the industry. Looks are always considered as one of the things that keeps your career afloat, and so there's a lot of pressure to look perfect. Because of the insecurity she was experiencing, both from being a public figure and from her doctor, Heidi ended up going under the knife for 10 plastic surgery sessions in just one day. She got so much work done that the trauma was too much for her body to handle, and she actually flatlined for 1 minute while on the operating table. After all that, when she re-emerged with her new look, people criticized her heavily for it, and Heidi even saw parts of herself as botched. Now, I think the worst part about this whole mess is the fact that she spent so much money on this whole transformation. It is believed that Heidi spent around $10 million on her plastic surgery, and it was all for her just to say that she didn't like it and for the public to make nasty comments. If I spent that much money and I didn't come out with amazing results, I would have been so mad. And finally, at number 1, Kris Jenner. Everyone knows Kris Jenner as Hollywood's hardest working momager. She's been able to raise and manage her kids, helping them grow into the big stars that they are today. The Kardashians are all considered trendsetters when it comes to their looks, so obviously Kris had to join in on the fun, right? Like many of her kids, Kris has undergone a handful of cosmetic surgeries over the years, and she's also shelled out quite a bit of money for it as well. It's been reported that Kris has received a breast augmentation, chin lift, neck lift, facelift, lasers, Botox, and other injectables to create the ageless person that we see today. And all of this comes with a hefty price tag of $70,000. That's a lot of money to turn back time, but Kris looks pretty good and she clearly has the money to do it, so who am I to judge? At number 10, Tara Reid. For actress Tara Reid, things were going so well for her and her career, that is until a botched plastic surgery took that all away. Tara was looking to invest some of her hard-earned money into herself, and by some money, I mean a lot. In 2004, Tara went to get some work done to her body, and she received a few surgeries. She got breast implants and underwent a procedure called liposculpting, where things went horribly wrong. After these procedures, she was left disfigured, described describing some of the aftermath, saying, quote, "My stomach became a ripply, bulgy thing. I had a hernia, this huge bump next to my belly button. As a result, I couldn't wear a bikini. I lost work," end quote. This whole procedure ended up costing Tara nearly $10,000 up front. However, in the grand scheme of things, she lost much more than what she paid for the procedure. Because she had gotten botched, she had to pay more money on top of everything to get it corrected, and on top of that, after the world saw what these procedures left her with, she stopped getting hired in Hollywood and therefore lost a huge chunk of her income. This procedure ended up being way more expensive than Tara anticipated. At number 9, Nicki Minaj. Who doesn't love Nicki Minaj? She's the queen of rap and just an awesome person in general. Because of her huge success in the music industry, Nicki has been able to invest some of her hard-earned cash into herself and her appearance, and it turns out that Nicki has spent a surprising amount of money on plastic surgery. According to sources, Nicki has spent at least $11,000 on plastic surgery, though it may be a higher number now. As for what procedures she's had done, well, other than the Botox that everyone and their mother gets these days, Nicki has also received a nose job, she's had a fat transfer, and has gotten her teeth done as well. There's some debate over whether or not Nicki has had her butt done or not, but honestly there's bigger things to worry about other than that, and as long as Nicki is confident in her own body at the end of the day, that's really all that matters. At number 8, Barry Manilow. For a lot of older celebrities, trying to turn back time and look more youthful is an endeavor many of them go on, and though some of them are more open about their procedures, others aren't, even though they sometimes come out looking like they've obviously had work done. For Barry Manilow, he's continuously denied getting work done, even though he spent thousands of dollars on making himself look younger. How much money has been spent, you ask? Well, it's believed that Barry has spent around $70,000 on plastic surgery. In an interview, Barry claimed to have only undergone surgeries and treatments for his health, like getting hip surgery and receiving steroid shots, but a lot of people aren't buying that and have pretty much revealed that he's been lying about getting work done for cosmetic purposes. It's been reported over the years that Barry has undergone several procedures, including having received a facelift in 1995, a second facelift and eyelid surgery in 2003, and then a third facelift in 2005. Because of the work he's had done and how much money has been spent on various plastic surgery procedures, a lot of people consider Barry as one of Hollywood's plastic celebrities, even though he denies everything. At number 7, Lil Kim. Rapper Lil Kim is another celebrity who's known for getting a lot of work done. In the past, she's been criticized for the amount of work she's gotten done and for looking too plastic, but even though she spent thousands of dollars changing her looks, there's a reason for it all. In interviews over the years, Lil Kim has spoken out about her plastic surgeries and what led her to get them. The rapper said in the past that some procedures were done to correct damage done to her by an ex-boyfriend of hers, and some other procedures she's received happened because she just didn't feel good about herself, which is totally okay. There's nothing wrong with wanting to change something that makes you feel insecure, and getting other things corrected that have been damaged can also be a very important step in your life. As for how much she spent on her looks, it's been said that the rapper has spent around 20 grand on things from nose jobs to jaw reshaping to skin bleaching and more. At number 6, Nadia Sulman. The name Nadia Sulman might not ring a bell right away, but the name Octomom might. Nadia rose to fame in the 2000s after she made headlines for giving birth to octoplets. After gaining so much attention, Nadia became a reality star and got rich from it. Rich enough to start investing some of that money into her looks, and she spent a pretty large amount of money customizing her looks. Nadia has spent over $12,000 on plastic surgery to look like her Hollywood idol, Angelina Jolie. Yes, you heard that right. That 12 grand went towards Nadia getting her breasts and lips augmented, getting a nose job, and receiving fillers all over her face, all to look like Angelina Jolie. I mean, it's her money and she can do whatever she wants with it, but I personally don't understand why you would want to look like someone else. Just be yourself, because that's the best person you can be. At number 5, Sharon Osbourne. Sharon Osbourne looks pretty good these days, but the talk show host has said in the past that she credits most of that to her plastic surgery that she received over the years. Sharon has been pretty open about the work she's had done over the course of her life and how it's affected her, and is also someone who encourages others to invest in their looks too. Sources have reported that she's received multiple facelifts, tummy tucks, leg and arm lifts, a neck lift, breast augmentation, Botox, and other injectables. The biggest procedure that she's had to date was when she got her stomach stapled in order to lose weight, and this, combined with all the other things that she's had done, gives her a grand total of about $120,000 spent on plastic surgery alone. She's gotten so many facelifts done that she thinks that at one point she got botched. While talking about her journey with plastic surgery, she once opened up about her botched experience, where she said that at some angles she looked too plastic and she didn't like that. She seems to be happy enough with the results she has now and doesn't plan on stopping with her cosmetic surgeries anytime soon, being prepared to rack up that bill a little more. At number 4, Kathy Griffin. Comedian Kathy Griffin probably isn't the first person to come to mind when you think about celebrities who've spent large amounts of money on plastic surgery. Kathy has actually been pretty open about the cosmetic procedures she's had and approximately how much it's cost her. Over the years, she's received several chemical peelings, liposuction, a facelift, breast augmentation surgery, eyelid and brow lifting, as well as a nose job. As for how much these procedures cost the comedian, apparently we're looking around $30,000, which is a lot of money for her to question whether or not these procedures were all worth it. But hey, if you have the money, what's the harm in investing in yourself to make yourself feel a little bit better? At number 3, Cardi B. In the past, Cardi B has been very open about the plastic surgery procedures she's received over the years and how her body image affected her when she was younger. Really, I don't think there's anything Cardi does hide since she's a pretty open book. She's done a lot to get to where she is today, including plastic surgery. Cardi has shared her experiences getting breast implants and a butt lift, saying that these procedures made her feel more confident in her own skin. The rapper said that when she was 18, she became an adult dancer, if you will, and she was able to save enough money for her to get implants because that was something that made her feel insecure when she was growing up. When she later tried working for a different club, they basically told her that she needed a big booty to work there, and that made her insecurities set back in. She ended up saving up again to get her butt lift done, and it made her feel happy. Now these procedures can have a super duper high price tag, but Cardi has her ways of getting them pretty cheap, and it'll actually surprise you. While she probably spent a pretty penny on getting her breasts done, she was able to get her butt lift for super cheap by going to a less than reputable source and getting it done for only $800 when it's usually a $9,000 or $10,000 procedure. It's certainly not the most expensive procedure on this list, but it's certainly noteworthy, so I just had to include it here. At number 2, Kim Kardashian. We're all aware that the Kardashians have had work done. I've talked about Kylie Jenner and Kris Jenner's pricey plastic surgery transformations, but Kim has also spent a lot of money on her looks. Now when people think about plastic surgery when it comes to Kim, most people would think of her butt, and even though she said it's all natural, that still continues to be debated. Other than this suspected butt lift, Kim has also received breast implants, a nose job, liposuction, and some suspect that she's also had her chin done as well. After all this work, Kim would have spent approximately $16,000 or $17,000 to achieve the look that she has today, but she's got buckets of money, so I doubt that really puts a dent in anything for her. And finally, at number 1, Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton is very well known for her appearance as much as she is known for her music. Over the years, Dolly has received a number of cosmetic surgeries such as breast augmentation, obviously, as well as a brow lift, multiple facelifts, eye lifts, chin augmentation, rhinoplasty, Botox, and other injectables. Dolly knows that she looks very different now compared to when she first started out, and she embraces that part of herself, even going so far as to say, quote, "I ain't got time to be old, I'm gonna look like a cartoon." Dolly has never been afraid to talk about her surgeries, including the cost, because she sort of implied that all the work she's received over the years has cost about $1 million. Whether that's actually true or not remains to be unknown, but I honestly wouldn't doubt it. Even at 75 years young, she still says that she's not done working on her look and that she will keep investing in herself, and honestly, I love that for her. At number 10, Billie Eilish. People change up their looks all the time. For a lot of people, getting a fresh new hairstyle is a way to spice things up, but when it comes to celebrities switching things up, it can be a pretty big deal, especially if their fans were already used to their signature look. When Billie Eilish underwent a drastic hair transformation earlier this year, people absolutely lost their minds when she re-emerged with her new look because it was so different than what fans were already used to. In early April of this year, Billie showed off her new hair as she went from her signature black and neon green roots to a fresh new blonde color. According to the singer, this process of changing up her hair took her 6 weeks to accomplish because going blonde is no easy feat, no matter what the L'Oreal box dye tells you. Because the process was so tedious and took so long to achieve, there was clearly a time where she had to hide her in-between process, and it turns out Billie had actually been wearing a wig when going out, a little secret that she let her fans in on when she posted a TikTok of her lifting a black and green wig off her head. Fans were shocked to see this sudden transformation from Billie, but it just ushered in a new era era in her life and career, so fans are certainly all in for this new look. At number 9, Mila Kunis. I think one of the most impressive things about actors is how many of them go so far to change their appearance in order to fit a role for a movie or series. We've covered a lot of celebrities who've changed their looks for their craft, but recently there's been another star to add to that list because not too long ago Mila Kunis shared a photo of herself in character for the film 4 Good Days, and let's just say this transformation is quite intense. The film follows Mila's character Molly, a woman battling a substance addiction, and her journey over 4 days as she tries to remain sober to qualify for a treatment that would help her in her recovery. In photos shared with the public, Mila looks nearly unrecognizable in character. She sports blonde hair with grown-out roots, and she looks frail with her face looking sunken in, with blemishes and other skin issues caused by the character's substance. This is certainly one celebrity transformation that is very intense and leaves the actress looking nothing like herself. At number 8, Zac Efron. Back in late April, Zac Efron's face was the talk of the town, and by the town I mean Twitter. People were speculating that the former Disney star had gotten some work done to his jawline after he recently showed up in a video about Earth Day looking a little different. The lower half of his face was looking super puffy, almost like he had gotten some work done, and a lot of fans just didn't know what to think about this sudden transformation. The internet was debating whether or not he's gotten surgery, with some people chalking this all up to Zac simply getting wisdom tooth surgery, using that to explain all the puffiness, but others aren't so sure. One celebrity plastic surgeon addressed Zac Efron's speculation and said that it looks like Zac may have gotten fillers to reshape his jawline. Others thought that maybe it was just a bee sting gone wrong, or a plethora of other theories to explain the swelling around his jawline. A few days after the speculation started, one of Zac's friends came out and shut down the rumors that the actor had gone under the knife, but they didn't really give any kind of explanation as to what was really going on there, so this celebrity transformation continues to be a mystery. At number 7, Seth Rogen. In another case of a celebrity transforming for a role, we have Seth Rogen and his insane new look for his part in the Hulu series Pam and Tommy. Seth, who's been cast as Rand Gauthier in the series, posted a photo of him in costume, and boy oh boy does he look different. He's looking pretty unrecognizable, and you really have to squint to find a glimpse of the real Seth in there. In photos he's posted, Seth is beardless and is kind of weird. Whenever you picture the actor, you picture him with a full beard and glasses, but here he's got none of that going on. After the comments started flooding in under his post, fans started pointing out that they didn't even realize that it was Seth in the photo because of how different he looks thanks to this drastic transformation. I think it's safe to say that the production crew really nailed this character's look because oh boy is it something. At number 6, Demi Lovato. Demi Lovato has grown up so much this year. They've opened up about their mental health, substance, and they even recently came out as non-binary. This journey to self-acceptance is a huge transformation already, but a lot of people have also been focused on Demi's physical transformations as well, more specifically their hair. Over the course of this year, Demi has changed up their hair a few times, and it just keeps getting more and more iconic. The first hair transformation that occurred this year was when Demi cut their hair into a pixie cut and dyed it a bubblegum pink kind of color. Then not too long after that, Demi changed things up again and cut their bangs super short and went back to dark hair. Now things have changed again, and now they're sporting a mullet. Yes, mullets are making a comeback. Demi seems to be having a lot of fun using their looks to further express themselves, and I am all for it. Honestly, I can't wait to see what's next in store for Demi's looks. At number 4, Noah Centineo. When actors start altering their bodies to fit an upcoming movie or TV role, it's interesting to see how they change, but I think that the coolest transformations are from those who are preparing to play superheroes on the big screen. So many actors have documented their process of getting super jacked to fit their superhero character. People like Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth, Brie Larson, and so many more have documented their process, and there's a new actor who's joining the club, and that's actor Noah Centineo. Noah has been seen gearing up to play Atom Smasher in the upcoming Black Adam film, and he's already transformed a lot. Noah has been posting his progress on social media, but people are really starting to see just how jacked he's getting. In a video posted to his Instagram by his trainer, Noah is seen getting his gains and looking like he could open a pickle jar no problem. When you compare the way he looks going into the Black Adam movie to his role in the Netflix movie series To All the Boys, you can see just how drastic this transformation really is. At number 3, Dwayne Johnson. Moving on from one superhero to another, we're talking about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and how he's also preparing his body to fit the role of Black Adam. Now, we all know that Dwayne is a muscular guy, always has been, but when you see just how ripped he is now for this movie, you will be shocked. Dwayne posted an image of his workout progress to his Instagram recently to show fans what he's been up to in terms of preparing for this role, and it is intense. In the post's caption, Dwayne talked about how he's been, quote, manipulating water, sodium, cardio, but also having to push and pull real iron to have dense, dry, detailed muscle, end quote. Don't know what any of that means, but if it's good for him, I guess it's okay. The actor also revealed that he's been pushing himself harder for this role than he ever has, saying that he's been, quote, extremely hard dieting, training, and conditioning. All I can say is that his thighs will in fact save lives in this upcoming film. At number 2, Naomi Campbell. Other than physical transformations like getting ready for a role or changing your hair, transformations can happen in your life as well, and this is what happened with Naomi Campbell as she recently became a new mom. Back in May, the supermodel took to Instagram and shared a cute photo announcing that she's welcomed a baby girl into her life, where she called her a, quote, beautiful blessing. In the caption of the photo of her holding her daughter's tiny feet, Naomi said, quote, so honored to have this gentle soul in my life. There are no words to describe the lifelong bond that I now share with you, my angel. There's no greater love, end quote. Just recently, she posted another photo of her new baby rocking tiny Gucci shoes on her Instagram story, but other than that, the public hasn't seen a photo of the baby's face, and we don't yet know their name either. What we do know is that she's clearly very loved and will live a very happy life. And finally, at number 1, Rebel Wilson. Weight loss is one of the most difficult journeys some people might experience. So being a public figure, you constantly have eyes on you and face judgment on your body as you go through this time. For Rebel Wilson, she's been pretty open about her weight loss journey, sharing her progress with her fans, and recently she's opened up about how things have changed for her after going on this journey. After going through this transformation, Rebel has said that she often gets treated differently now compared to before her weight loss. She commented on how before no one would give her a second look, but now random strangers will stop and glance or help her out if in need. Almost like she's been granted some kind of special privileges because she fits society's standards of beauty. Rebel has said that she thought she looked good at all sizes, but that it's interesting how other people seemingly changed to fit her transformation.